Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Acid Rainwell time. We're looking at Boing Nelson, and yes, you are not seeing triple. I did buy 3 of them because you have alternate head in the back, which means you can get at least 2. In fact, you can get 3 or 4, maybe 5 variants looking at the contents that come there, which are unusually bright. Normally they're quite dark. Basically, this is just looks like a Toys Alliance version of the Oritoy Forseti Viking Shield. Link in the top right of your video now, which is fine. So I've got 3 or 5 of those, I can't remember. So I've now got like 3 more plus the other snow stuff that I'll be reviewing over the coming days. Okay, I'm going to get into this, but first, please consider joining us on Patreon. There's a link in the top right of your screen now. Get to see things like this early, sneak previews, exclusive content, and sometimes insider news, which I can't share on YouTube. Okay, let's have a look inside one. Very, very briefly. And then I'll set them up, and we'll go forwards from there. So get a better look on the back now. You've got that nice head we've seen before in different colouring. You've got the helmet, you've got the balaclava head, the cowboy hat, not sure why. You've got grenades, pistols, assault rifle, and that bottom right corner, I am not sure what that is yet. Maybe it's a flask. When I open it up, we'll get a better idea. Nice grey box. Might help do it the right way. And here are the contents. So we have Nelson himself, different colour to the Forseti. I thought it'd be a bit more light grey, but they will still match to a degree. Oh, he's got a little cigar. I wonder if that cigar comes out of his head, out of his mouth. No, it doesn't. Well, mine doesn't anyway. It does look pretty cool. We have his gun, the pistols, the grenade. Yeah. And then we have, what was that thing? I can't see it. The 2 heads. Another armband, the helmet, and so on. Okay, let me pause this. Let me set them up, and we'll discover exactly what everything is. So back in an instant for you guys. Okay, here he is, and I've quickly set him up in an action pose, and that's quite an extreme pose. You look at his leg position, and it was so easy to do. This is one of the beauties about Acid Rainbow. They do make figures which can be posed exceptionally well. You know, they might cost a bit, and you may not like them all the time, but the articulation and posability in 1/18 scale is most of the time second to none. Not always, but most of the time second to none. So let's get a close look at Nelson now. So look at that little handsome face first. You see there's a speck just under his eye, which doesn't look great. But other than that, it looks pretty cool. The eyes aren't that great. Much better than Eagle Force I reviewed recently. But that cigar does look good. The hat does fit on very well. It feels like they haven't put much effort on the head, just a smooth raised piece and black, you know. I know doing some sort of texturing to mimic sort of afro hair would be not cost effective or would be difficult, but that would have been a good feature. But that's okay. This part can be removed, and underneath there we go, we have the hole for attaching things. You can take the vest off, you can take the leg armour off, and the feet do come out of these rather big looking shoes as well. You can see that they fit in behind there. Very, very nice. Okay, let's look at what it comes with. I know what that thing was, I didn't recognise, I'll show you in a second. So here's his hat, which is, it's alright. It does fit his head rather well. I'm not sure why you'd wear that in a sort of snow area, but never mind, it's another accessory, it's not complaining. Comes with these 2 pistols we've seen previously in Acid Rainbow. I do like these ones. They're slightly closer to true scale as opposed to normal pistols, which are huge. And look at tiny with dual barrels. Joy Toy, please draw your barrels. These 2 grenades we've seen before as well. It comes with this helmeted head, which should fit over. Oops, should fit over his head. Maybe I'll see in a second. And the visor does open up and down. Actually, it won't fit over his head because of his cigar, but it will fit over the balaclavaed head that we got. Also, this awesome sort of a robot skeleton skull head we've seen before as well, but not in this color scheme, which doesn't have an opening jaw, which is a shame. And the thing that I thought, what is that, a flask, is actually an armband to wear with some sort of with insignia on there as well. Okay, let's take his gun off. Let's take his hat off. And let's look at his articulation. This should be pretty much off the charts for 1/18 scale, but bear in mind that cigar might actually be a hindrance for something. So head, left and right, down. Does the cigar move then? Down and doesn't want to come up. Down and up, side to side, arms all the way around. Shoulders is where Acid Rainbow falls down. Bit like Joy Toy sort of Warhammer 40k. Much further than that, his arms want to pop out a joint. There is a shoulder roll in there. There is a bicep turn. The bicep bend is really good. Even better if you take off these parts from the arm so they don't impede, but you get this thin joint at the back there. This hand is gun articulation, and it does turn too. Other hand is wave articulation. Now underneath his vest, which I don't want to take off because Acid Rainbow vests are so hard to put back on. There we go, we can see. He has trunk articulation. You know what, let's just do it. He's turning on his trunk now. He has trunk. He has trunk articulation, which is forwards backwards. The vest is only one-sided, so it's a little bit awkward because you've got to go over an arm eventually. There we go. So without this, he'll get, you know, why is on. Trunk is barely there, side to side, but you'll have the twist. But when you take it off, it should open up a whole new world of articulation for this body type. Okay. There we go. So without the vest on, he he looks like, yeah, he needs to go to the gym, man. He's so thin. He is really anemic. So he gets trunk, which is decent, very good on the side to side and turn. Waist is small, but it will turn. Hips, fantastic. There is a thigh twist. Forwards is good. Backwards is a little bit to the side, but that is pretty damn good as well. Double kneecap, skinny legs, even with the bulk. Look how tight that is. That is amazing. And he gets fantastic foot turn. Foot swivel is off the charts. Tippy toe, despite the bulk, is really good. And his dorsiflexation will suffer a little bit, but it's still okay. And I can't get over how skinny he looks without that vest on. If I take the bulky stuff off, it'll be okay, but that head just looks a bit big on that body. Right, let me just quickly pause this and stick his armor back on. All done. Let's swap the head around. Oh, that is a bit small compared to that peg, but I think that should squeeze in from the back. Okay, so now you've got Nelson and you've got a trooper, and the trooper can wear, should be able to wear this. Need to get his eyes to show through. Let's pull the vest down a bit more. No, that is really quite tough to get his head in there nicely. I think what I have to do, if I can get his head out, which now appears to be stuck, is to put the head in the helmet first before you put the head onto the body. Let me just quickly get a tool and get this out and be back in another instant. Okay, I've got the head in nicely. Let's get a little focus in on that, and a little bit brighter maybe. That does look pretty damn good. So yeah, put the helmet on the head before you put the head onto the neck. Hopefully that will work. There we go. And that does look pretty good, I've got to say. So you can have Nelson and a trooper like this, and you see it pops out. And then this head, is this head going to fit? It's got this awesome, great big chin. And, oh no, that hole is tiny compared to that peg. Really, Oritoy, please make your pegs slightly smaller or the hole slightly bigger on the heads. That's going to struggle to fit. Right, let me just quickly try this on camera. I don't really want to be heating up that head. That vest is going to make it difficult too because it's going to get in the way. Okay, 3. I'll give you guys a front row view to me huffing and puffing and panting and trying to force this on without heating it up. 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, you see the armor gets in the way. The head can't go on. There we go. But that armor at the front just looks a bit too low. You really want a slightly longer neck for that, but you can fit it on there. And it just looks like it's a bit hunched. So I would prefer that on a different neck peg. You can get some neck peg extenders with some of the other products. I think at Annex 2179, but I'm not sure if they'd work with this. So Nelson, head sculpt's okay. The Zakar's pretty good. The hat is a bit amusing. The weapon, the gun's pretty nice. The grenades we've seen already. The pistol we've seen already. The balaclava head we've seen already. The sort of android robotic head we've seen already too. The body pretty much seen already. The armor, but it kind of works. I mean, I'm not really a fan of that paint job. Let's just splash some white paint on there and pretend it's nice. It's not the best paint job in the world, you know. But the articulation you get on this body is ridiculous. You know, if you want something that's great for using for customs, this is a great body, but it costs a fortune to get it. I just wish Acid Rain would just do blank bodies, because I reckon they would, or TA, they do blank bodies for this and Annex 2179. I reckon they'd probably make quite a lot of money, people buying them for customs and whatnot. Decent figure. I've got 3, so I can do him and 2 others, and I've got my Forseti, which don't match in colour. Why did I make them not match? That'd be pretty good. Do stay tuned, because I'll be releasing, if not tomorrow, the day after, some of the other Acid Rainbow figures from this sub-faction. So I've got the Viking Flea, I've got the Snow Chaser Laurel, and I've got the, is it Snow Chaser? And the Snow Dual Camelbot, and the Snow Gurgies as well to do. Let's get an idea of his scaling, his size. So these Acid Rain Worlds, so he should be pretty standard with the rest of the figures. And in CM, he is a whopping 10.5. So not bad. Compared to another Acid Rain World, my favourite Marinu Sentinel, who I think is the pinnacle of their troop builder releases. Bear in mind it's a Fortnite Fade head. Obviously scales really well. Compared to a Joy Toy, my Putinator figure. Again, scales very well, as you would suspect. And then lastly, if I use a bit of a different genre, I use my Fortnite Oro. And again, scales well. Decent figure. Army building, I just got the 3 because I got other Forseti. The colours don't match. Never mind, I keep saying that. But I think they will look pretty cool together. Okay, please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already, and check out the other content. There's over 1,000 videos there. Click that notification icon so you don't miss any future video releases. And again, check out the Patreon if you've not done so already. Okay, stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.